Hi, I'm Joe, and on this episode of Rookie Review, I'll be reviewing the die-hard rip-off of 2018, Skyscraper. The very thin basis of this movie is that Dwayne, though we still all call him The Rock Johnson, plays Will Sawyer, an ex-FBI hostage rescue leader. After a mission goes wrong, Sawyer suffers from PTSD and has a career change. Though the character suffering from PTSD may seem like an important plot point or characteristic for The Rock to flex his acting chops, get it? Flexing? Because he's The Rock and he's f***ing huge. It is literally worthless information, as acting as though you suffer from serious PTSD would mean The Rock would actually have to act for once. Though to be fair, he does act with a limp throughout the entire movie. That's Oscar bait right there. Seriously, I'm not calling him Dwayne, he's The Rock. You know it, I know it, it's The Rock versus a burning building. Let's just accept it and move on. Because Sawyer suffers from PTSD, he takes a career turn and becomes a building security surveyor who is hired to assess the tallest building in the world, conveniently located in the lucrative movie market of Hong Kong. Seriously though, The Rock says it's the safest building in the world, and then moments later it gets ransacked by terrorists. Think you need to head back to the drawing board with that career change from Rocky Maivia? As the trailers show to excessive extent, the building is attacked by terrorists, and The Rock risks life and limb, but just the 3 limbs in this movie, as he has a prosthetic leg, to save his family from the towering inferno. Oh yeah, I knew there was another movie Skyscraper ripped off. Now I don't know what's more unrealistic, the action and stunts of this movie, or that Neve Campbell could actually bag The Rock. That is literally all the information you need to know about this movie. There are no characters, just stereotypes of European terrorists. No plot, just over-the-top, dumb and predictable set-piece after over-the-top, dumb and predictable set-piece. And cheesy lines that the 80s would have been ashamed to use. The perfect family dynamic is literally void of conflict, and the whole "who does daddy love" is too sickly sweet, as it forcibly tells what relationships these characters have instead of showing natural family dynamics. This annoying trope of telling, not showing, is rampant throughout this exposition-heavy movie full of obvious foreshadowing, cliches and MacGuffins. I feel as though the whole prosthetic leg The Rock's character has is just to make him feel like the physical underdog, which has to be the most unreal aspect of this whole film. In what world would The Rock, the future president of the United States, be an underdog? The Rock could easily beat up these nameless, characterless henchmen if he was just a big floating bald head. The lack of a famous and recognisable face for the main villain also doesn't help, as the character of Botha could have really been elevated by an eccentric and talented presence, as opposed to the quite lacklustre and stale performance by a relative unknown Roland Moller, who seems to have got the part for no other reason than he is the most stereotypical white, blonde-haired Scandinavian man you could ever find. As I've previously mentioned, this movie is heavily indebted to multiple iconic movies that have came before, and much better movies at that. But that's no excuse for the abundance of cheap stereotypes and lucky coincidences this movie lazily falls into. Even the score feels like it's cheaply ripping off Hans Zimmer at times. It takes an awfully long time for the movie to get to the main conflict, making it feel like the abundance of action up to that point was just a highly expensive stopgap. And the final action scene, I don't know who came up with that elaborate and convoluted mess that doesn't logically mesh with the rest of the movie. You just know that they got a slap on the back for a job well done, rather than chastised for incompetent levels of stupidity. At one point in this movie, The Rock says, "This is stupid," and I agree wholeheartedly. Due to the abundance of set pieces, nothing stands out as the must-see moment, mainly because they all end predictably and anticlimactically, leaving you feel completely underwhelmed from start to finish. And when it's revealed as to why the terrorists have attacked the skyscraper, you really don't care, as you have no emotional investment with any of the characters, and the twist feels tacked on and lazy. We live in a day and age of movies where no idea is too outlandish or unfilmable, and where $200 million movies can still be smart and have something worthwhile to say. And on the whole, the 2018 blockbuster scene has been consistently impressive and highly entertaining. However, Skyscraper feels like we're taking a step backwards, to the belief that if it has a big budget and is heavy on the action, it has to be dumb and void of any important messages or uniqueness. It's the typical tired trope of one man going up against insurmountable odds, but done in a tired and rehashed way. Its lack of originality, heart or humour, and its reliance on cliches that plague the worst aspects of the 80s, 90s and noughties, makes this the laziest and worst blockbuster of 2018. Aside from some impressive cinematography with regards to the burning skyscraper, and some acceptably suitable special effects, and well choreographed fight scenes, do yourself a favour and skip this lacklustre and stay at home and watch Die Hard instead. Because of this, I give Skyscraper 2 out of 5 rookie reels. Well, that was our review. Tell us what you thought in the comments below, and make sure to like, share and subscribe, and check out our other reviews of some of 2018's biggest and best movies. Bye now. As the trailers showed to excessive extent, the building is attacked by terrorists and the Ross... the Ross. It's Ross Geller. Imagine Ross versus a burning build. Just the one limb in this movie, as he has a prosthetic leg. To save it, you can't laugh over me thing.
You have 4 limbs, so it's 3.
Oh, no, okay, I'll change this to 3. But just the 3 in this movie, as he has a prosthetic leg. What are you laughing at? I can't say it if you're standing there laughing. Like you're pulling off. As the trailers showed to excessive extent, the building is attacked by terrorists and the Rock... Now I don't know what's more unrealistic, the action and the stunts of this movie, or that Neve Campbell could bag... So funny. And some acceptably suitable set... all the besses. Liked what you saw and have an interest for travel and adventure? Check out our other YouTube channel, Roamin Rookies, as we travel across 14 countries in an 11-month whirlwind of fun and excitement. Just click here or the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.